Some of history's greatest scientists, like Isaac Newton, were people of deep faith, who saw no contradiction between their scientific pursuits and their spiritual beliefs. For them, the universe was not just a collection of random events, but a grand design waiting to be discovered and understood. Newton, for example, believed that every law of nature was a reflection of a higher order, a glimpse into the mind of the Creator. To these thinkers, science was more than a method. It was a way to connect with something greater than themselves. By studying the natural world, they believed they were uncovering the fingerprints of the divine, reading the language in which the universe was written. The stars, the planets, and the laws that govern them were all seen as clues in a cosmic puzzle. The worlds of science and faith have often worked together, both seeking to unravel the mysteries of our existence. Throughout history, scientists and theologians have gathered in libraries and laboratories, sharing ideas and challenging each other's perspectives. Their collaboration has led to some of humanity's greatest discoveries and has deepened our sense of wonder about the universe. This brings us to a fascinating idea. What if evidence for a creator is not just in the stars, but also within us? What if the very code that makes us who we are contains a message, a signature from something beyond ourselves? The universe, after all, is not only vast and mysterious, but also intimately connected to our own existence. There's a claim that the blueprint of life, our DNA, contains a sequence that spells out the ancient name of God. This idea suggests that the divine is not only present in the cosmos, but woven into the very fabric of our being. The genetic code, with its intricate patterns and astonishing complexity, becomes more than a biological instruction manual. It becomes a potential bridge between science and spirituality. This idea challenges us to see ourselves not just as products of evolution, but as something more. It invites us to consider the possibility that our origins are both scientific and spiritual, that we are the result of natural processes and, perhaps, intentional design. It raises profound questions about identity, purpose, and the nature of existence itself. The notion that a divine name could be encoded in our genes is extraordinary, sitting at the crossroads of molecular biology and ancient theology. It's a concept that sparks curiosity and debate, inspiring both awe and skepticism. For some, it's a poetic metaphor. For others, a literal truth waiting to be uncovered by science. For some, it's a groundbreaking revelation. For others, a remarkable coincidence. The idea stirs passionate discussions as people grapple with what it might mean for our understanding of life, faith, and the universe. Is it a sign, a pattern, or simply a product of chance? We'll explore the science behind this claim, its spiritual meaning, and the perspectives of those who see it differently. By examining the evidence and listening to diverse voices, we hope to shed light on this intriguing intersection of belief and biology. Our goal isn't to prove or disprove, but to appreciate the depth of the mystery and our search for meaning. In this universe of surprises, perhaps the greatest discovery is not an answer, but the journey itself. A journey that invites us to wonder, to question, and to keep searching for the truth within and beyond ourselves. To truly grasp this claim and its significance, we first need to explore what DNA actually is and why it's so fundamental to life as we know it. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, acts as the instruction manual inside nearly every cell of every living organism. It contains all the information required to build, maintain, and operate a living being, from the tiniest bacterium to the largest whale. This remarkable molecule is written in a code made up of just 4 chemical bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. These bases are often abbreviated as A, G, C, and T. Arranged in precise sequences, these bases pair up to form the iconic double helix structure. The order of these bases is what holds our unique genetic information, determining everything from eye color to susceptibility to certain diseases. The human genome, for example, contains about 3 billion of these chemical letters. This staggering number is a testament to the incredible complexity and diversity of life on Earth. DNA is the thread that connects all living things, tracing our evolutionary journey across millions of years. It reveals our shared ancestry with every other organism on the planet, from plants to animals to fungi. By reading and interpreting this code, scientists have been able to develop life-saving medicines, improve the food we eat, and even solve crimes that once seemed unsolvable. The applications of DNA research are vast, and ever expanding. So when we talk about searching for a message in DNA, we're really talking about looking for a meaningful pattern hidden among billions of seemingly random letters. A pattern that could stand out from the biological noise. Imagine opening a book filled with endless pages of random characters and suddenly discovering a perfectly written sentence. That's the kind of discovery we're considering. This is the context for the claim, a search for a deliberate signal, a purposeful message, hidden within the vast and intricate biological blueprint that makes us who we are. Could there really be a message left by an unknown author, waiting to be discovered in our DNA? Let's look even closer and see what the evidence reveals. DNA's code is read in three-letter words, called codons, each made up of a unique combination of the four chemical bases adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. These codons are like the alphabet of life, spelling out instructions that are both precise and incredibly complex. Each codon tells the cell which building block to use as it assembles proteins, the essential molecules that keep us alive. This process, called translation, is like a microscopic assembly line, where ribosomes read the genetic script and build proteins with astonishing accuracy. Proteins are the cell's workhorses, shaping everything from digestion to oxygen transport. They form the structure of our bodies, drive chemical reactions, and even help us fight off disease. Without proteins, life as we know it simply wouldn't exist. But not all DNA is a blueprint for proteins. In fact, a vast portion of our genome doesn't code for proteins at all. Instead, these regions act as switches and signals, regulating when, where, and how genes are turned on or off. This regulatory DNA adds another layer of complexity to the genetic language, orchestrating the symphony of life with remarkable precision. It's like punctuation and grammar in a sentence, ensuring the message is clear and delivered at the right time. Scientists have found genes for traits, ancestry, and health, unlocking secrets about our origins and our risks for certain diseases. Each new discovery brings us closer to understanding what makes us unique. Every breakthrough adds a new chapter to humanity's story, connecting us across continents and generations through the shared language of our genes. Studying DNA is like learning a new language. At first, the code seems random and indecipherable, but with time, patterns and meanings emerge, revealing rich stories about our past, our present, and even our future. Here's where things get interesting. Some researchers noticed a repeating pattern in the human genome, a motif that seemed to defy simple explanation. It wasn't just a random sequence. To them, it looked like a message hidden in plain sight, as if someone or something had left a signature within our very DNA. This wasn't about a new gene, but about something that some believe points to a source beyond biology, a possible sign of intentional design woven into the fabric of life itself. Could this be a signature woven into our very code? Let's examine the claim and see what the language of our genes might truly reveal. The debated claim centers on a specific sequence found at regular intervals in our DNA. By translating the chemical components of DNA into numbers and then linking those numbers to ancient Hebrew letters, a pattern emerges. The bridges in DNA's structure appear in a repeating pattern, 10, 5, 6, 5. Proponents argue this pattern is too regular to be accidental. In Hebrew, 10 is Yod, 5 is He, and 6 is Vh, spelling Yod He Va He. This is the Tetragrammaton, the four-letter name of God in the Hebrew Bible, Wadeyo. The idea that this sacred name is encoded in every human being is powerful for many. It suggests a deep connection between creator and creation. Is this a deliberate message or a fascinating coincidence? Let's explore its meaning. Yod He Va He, or Yah, is the personal name of God in the Hebrew Bible, revealed to Moses at the burning bush. This name is so sacred in Judaism, it's rarely spoken aloud, replaced by titles like Adonai or Hashem. The name means to be, signifying God as the source of all existence, eternal and unchanging. For believers, it's not just a label, but a revelation of God's nature. Discovering this sequence in DNA transforms the name from ancient text to something living within us. It suggests the divine is not distant, but intimately woven into our biology. For many, this is deeply comforting, affirming the idea that every human is marked by the Creator. It bridges ancient faith and modern science, hinting at a universe filled with meaning. Is this the ultimate proof that we are made in the image of God? If this pattern is a divine signature, its universality is striking. The sequence is said to be present in every human, suggesting a shared origin and identity. It offers a message of unity. At our core, we are all connected by this sacred imprint. In a divided world, the idea that we all carry the same divine mark is a call for respect and understanding. For people of faith, it can feel like a direct message from God, reinforcing the belief that life is a deliberate creation. The thought that God's name is repeated in every cell can be a source of comfort and strength. This view transforms the body into a living temple, a vessel containing a divine secret. It encourages wonder and reverence for life itself. For many, this claim is more than a curiosity, it's a spiritual revelation, but is it science, faith, or both? While inspiring, this idea faces scientific skepticism. Most geneticists see the pattern as coincidence, a result of our tendency to find meaning where there is none. The method, assigning numbers to DNA and translating them into Hebrew letters, is seen as arbitrary. Critics argue the choices were made to produce a desired result, a form of confirmation bias. Chemistry naturally produces repeating patterns. The 10-5-6-5 sequence could simply be a stable arrangement. With 3 billion letters in the genome, finding seemingly meaningful sequences by chance is likely. For the claim to be scientific, it would need a method not open to subjective interpretation. Until then, most scientists see it as numerology, not fact. Still, the conversation continues. The debate over God's name in DNA highlights the complex relationship between science and faith. Science seeks evidence and natural explanations. Faith seeks meaning and purpose. These perspectives can coexist, each offering a unique lens on life's mysteries. One can appreciate the science while finding spiritual meaning in the coincidence. For some, the laws of chemistry echoing a sacred name is profound. This dialogue encourages humility and curiosity in our search for knowledge. Whether you see a divine signature or a chemical coincidence, the discussion enriches our understanding. It reminds us that the search for meaning is as important as the answers we find. Whether God's name is written in our DNA may never be definitively answered by science. What remains is a sense of wonder at the miracle of life and the mysteries within us. Each discovery reveals new layers of complexity and beauty, deepening the mystery. The true value of this idea may be in the questions it inspires. It prompts us to reflect on what it means to be human and our connection to the cosmos. This is the heart of both science and faith. Curiosity and a desire to connect with something greater. Whether you see a divine author, natural laws, or both, the wonder remains. Life's search for meaning is perhaps our greatest adventure. If you believe in God, make sure you subscribe or follow now.